Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Lovely evening.
Lovely evening too for you. How are you?
I am fine. How are
I
you?
miss you guys so much. I have to apologize first because I have been so busy um,
Yes.
this month because I have final tests for my study. So I had to give a little bit of priority, أولوية, to
Yes.
the classes that I'm taking right now. Tell me about you. Any updates? Any interesting and good news that happened in your life?
Um. Yes. I will talk about the last week. Um.
Yeah.
It was a tiring week because, as you know, it was Eid al-Adha. Uh, uh, um,
And you had to eat a lot of meat.
yes.
It's actually confusing, Aya. Sometimes I think, should we call it Eid or meat? Because it's
uh,
it's all about meat. It's not about eat.
Eid. No meat. Eid.
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
about meat. It's Eid that is all about meat.
Uh,
I
Eid.
mean
Eid.
meat.
Yes.
I mean
Meat.
meat with EAT, not meat with double E.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the
Uh,
food. Tell me about it.
yes. As you know, this season for pilgrimage, all the people are busy with Eid, and all the streets crowded with people, um
Hmm.
and uh,
Hmm.
uh, this season is an annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca and Saudi Arabia, and performed
Hmm.
rituals, and is one of the rituals of Islamic,
Hmm.
and all the people sacrifice sheep,
Poor sheep.
and yes. Yes.
Okay, what should I sacrifice? What should I sacrifice? What should I sacrifice? Oh, sheep. Okay,
Yes,
I'll
sheep.
I'll kill 100 sheep for sake of, you know,
Yes.
compensating for my sins.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Or
the good thing is that poor people get a lot of meat to eat. That's one positive aspect of it. Yeah, tell me more
yes.
about it. Sorry for interruption.
Yes. And spending part of meat to poor people
Uh-huh.
as a donation. Uh, yes. And
Uh-huh.
mm, and it was an interesting week
Uh-huh.
for all people, and all people are happy,
Hmm.
uh, and some people uh, have pilgrims
Hmm.
in Mecca,
Did
and
anyone of your
they
family go to Mecca?
yes, uh, um, I have two my uncles
Hmm.
in Mecca.
Oh, did they come back or they're still in there?
No, they still they didn't still, yeah, they didn't come
Oh, so
in Iraq.
they're still in Mecca right now.
Yes, they still in
What
Mecca
are
now.
they doing? Rotating around the holy house of God?
Yes, they performed rituals.
What what kind of rituals do they perform? I mean, I know the kind of rituals. I'm just asking because I want you to feel free to tell me more details about it. Once you go abroad, you will have a lot of people ask you and be interested to know a little bit about the kind of activities that people do during this month and why people go to sheep and sacrifice sheep for sake of something bigger and holy and
Yes.
spiritual. You know this word, spiritual?
Spiritual.
It's from the word spirit,
Yes.
which means ruhani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, uh, is the annual those days an annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca and Saudi Arabian, the holiest for Muslims, and a mandatory religious duty for Muslims that must be carried out at least once on their lifetime.
Lovely.
And
No, sorry for multiple interruptions. That because I'm very excited actually since we started talking about this topic, and this is like a very important topic that gets very much misunderstood by Western culture specifically. Because they think to some extent that I'm trying to avoid generalizations or ta'meem, but a lot of people actually misconceive or misunderstand the kind of activities that we're doing in this holy time of the year. It is one of the holiest periods of the Islamic culture. So I would like to ask you to enlighten me about how Eid is celebrated. Eid al-Adha, how is it celebrated in your culture, in your family? What do you do from the twilight to the end of the day, from sunrise to the sunset?
Okay. At the first of days of Eid, I and my family member have breakfast together, and we are welcoming the guests. We visited us, my uncles and my aunts, and at the evening we visited my grandmother, and the second day we visited my grandfather, and we have lunch together, and return to my home. Because I didn't go out in those days, as you know, because the street crowd with people. I didn't like to go out in those days.
You didn't want to go out in these days because the streets were crowded, or because of some other reasons?
Because the streets crowded, and the weather, the heat weather, and
oh, you mean the hot weather?
That's hot weather, yes.
All right. I think you have very bad relationship with summer. Is that true?
Yes, true.
Okay. Well, tell me what happens to you during summer. Like, do you feel, you have a pressure on you, or you feel that there's something that changes in your biology during summer? What's happening to you during summer? Why don't you like this season?
Yes, I don't like this season because our electricity is bad, and our power is money outage,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yes, the main reason the our power is money outage.
Oh, so you have many consecutive power outages.
Yes, outages.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
my curious question here is, what was the worst means the bad of the bad of the bad.
Yes.
What was your worst incident that happened to you during summer?
Um, worst.
الأسوأ.
Yes. Uh, uh,
During,
there is
Mhm.
there's no worst as the power is many outages.
Okay.
Just that's it.
Um,
Yes.
because one day I remember that I got a call from Mr. Hassam, and
Yes.
he told me something about you having a bad day because of the hot temperature. So
Yes.
we had to cancel one of the meetings that we were scheduled
Yes.
together to have, because you didn't feel okay during that day. I want you
Yes.
to tell me a little bit about what happened at that time.
Yes.
And
I remember.
I promise you, I will come back after this answer to our discussion of Eid al-Adha.
Yes. Uh, um, I will talk about pilgrims or my
We had one day, uh,
yes.
we had to reschedule our
Okay.
meeting for a day because Hassan called me and he said, Aya's not feeling okay today because of
Yes.
the
Yes.
hot
Yes.
temperature. Tell me a little
Okay.
bit about what happened.
Okay.
I just want you to be able to flexibly use past tense verbs
Okay.
in a situation that is relevant to your personal life, so you develop a sense of awareness of the kind of discussion using to a very good masterful level your verbs of English. This is my goal. I am not curious about your personal life as much as I'm curious to see you use English effectively.
Okay. Um, I I went out and I returned to my home, and out was very hot.
Mhm.
When I returned in home, was cool,
Mhm.
uh, and I have
You mean you had?
uh, yes, I had.
Mhm.
I feel sick, and I feel fever, and I um, suddenly I am sleepy,
Uh-huh.
and uh, I had a headache, and I had a sore throat.
Mhm.
Uh, I I went to a doctor, and and uh, uh, he gave me
Mhm.
uh, uh, he gave me two injections,
Mhm.
uh, and uh, uh, and pills. I continue. I had the medicines, and after 2 days, I feel better, and I return to study
Mhm.
again.
Okay.
Yes.
I have another curious question that is kind of on tandem with this topic. When I say I feel, that is for now. How do I say I feel yesterday?
I feel yesterday.
Yeah, like
Ah,
the verb
yes,
feel is now. Like this is something
yes,
that happens to us right now. I'm feeling great right now
yes.
because I'm talking with you. With you, I feel with you when I talk with you, I feel so much excited. Um,
Okay.
I feel I'm feeling okay. Uh,
Yes.
I mean, to a rare extent, because we don't usually say I'm feeling. We say usually I feel. But
Okay.
if I want to say I feel yesterday, like how can I change the feel to make it referring back to yesterday؟
Um,
شنو الماضي
I
feel؟
okay. I didn't feel.
لا الماضي مال feel شنو؟
Uh, I don't remember it.
Okay. It's actually felt. So instead of saying
Yes.
I feel for
Felt.
yesterday, you can just
Yes.
simply say I felt.
Okay.
It's more grammatically correct, and it becomes very lovely English sentence. Okay,
Yes.
now going back to Eid al-Adha, my next question is, what does Eid al-Adha represent? What's the whole occasion about? Is the question clear?
Yes.
What is the occasion of Eid al-Adha?
Uh, Eid al-Adha uh, is for the pilgrims. Uh,
Pilgrims.
pilgrims,
Hmm.
not for us,
Hmm.
because they go to Mecca and they walk around the Kaaba 7 times, and they walked between hills Safa and Marwa
Hmm.
7 times, and sounding the
Uh-huh. The
e
stone.
astounding,
The,
astounding.
the stone.
Uh,
They stone. Like the word
yes,
stone as a noun, we can
uh,
use it as a verb. To me
yes,
يعني يرجمون.
yes.
They stone. They
They stone
stone the devil. The devil.
the devil
Hmm.
uh, uh, three three times.
Yeah, they throw 3 stones or more. I'm not quite sure about the number of stones that they used um, to kill or to stone the devil, but I mean they've been doing so for a long time, but he hasn't died yet.
Yes. Oh,
At least
on
inside us.
okay. They drink from
Zamzam.
Zamzam.
Mhm.
Yes, and they sacrifice the sheep,
Mhm.
and they are thinking to
You
uh,
forgot the main activity that they do.
yes,
What was it? Or
yes,
what is it?
to help them, and help and remember the Ismail and Ibrahim's courage.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and uh, um, they are thinking, and Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want to speak Arabic.
Uh,
I remember the
I
word.
I don't want you to speak Arabic either.
Yes.
But I told you something, and you seem to neglected. I told you you forgot to talk about the main activity that pilgrims do,
Yes.
and the main job that when they go to the highest mountain, they climb the mountain. Tell me about that activity.
Uh, they they require they required from God to forgive them,
Aya,
and
Aya,
yes,
tell me about Arafat.
yes,
That's my question. I'm telling you, you forgot the main activity that they do. So I
okay,
want you to tell me about Arafat, because as far as I know, Arafat's activity is the climax, is the main activity. It's the um, Optimus Prime of all the other activities that they do in Mecca.
yes.
So tell me about it.
Uh,
What do they do in there? Why do they climb the mountain? What do they do when they climb the mountain? How long do they stay on the top of that mountain? Every other peripheral or auxiliary details that you like to add, please feel free. And we don't have a limited set of time. I have 22 more questions about Eid al-Adha, and I want
yeah,
you to just generally talk about it. I mean, I will make you the Mufti of Islam tonight.
okay. In Arafat, they walk around Mecca 7 times, and they stay in a plain amount Muzdalifah,
Mhm.
and they stay one night
Okay.
there,
Mhm.
uh,
And
um, and then uh, they uh, they went they go they go to Safa the hills of Safa and Marwa, and they walk between the Safa and Marwa,
mhm.
and they drink from uh, uh,
The sacred water of Zamzam, or
yes.
something.
After
Mhm. After that, okay.
after that, they celebrate with the global Eid for 3 days.
For 3 consecutive days.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Now, why do pilgrims climb Arafat?
Uh,
Generally speaking,
cl-
I do not expect you to give me a very keen Islamic answer. I am asking based on your opinion.
yes.
Why do you think they climb the mountain of Arafat?
Yes. Climbed as like the weather.
Hmm.
True.
They climb the mountain
Uh,
because they like the weather.
True or false?
Well, This is actually my question. You're treating me with my own medicine.
Climb, climbs. True.
What kind of ceremonies uh, what kind of ceremonies that pilgrims do when they come back to Iraq, or rituals?
Uh,
Do pilgrims do any rituals
what's
when they come back?
Okay, what's the meaning of I don't.
Ceremonies, festivals, activities,
Yeah, yes.
celebrations.
Okay. All right. Can you repeat the answer, please?
You mean, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes.
What sort or what kind of rituals do pilgrims do when they come back to their families?
Okay. When they come back to their families, your their families waited them in the airport, and they
Decorate?
decoration
Decorate.
decorate, yes, decorate their cars, and they are
Like
welcoming.
they are welcoming them in a Zeppa style.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Welcome to the Zeppa, Mr. Pilgrim.
Yes.
Mhm.
After 2 days, I went out, and I saw uh, cars with the decorate, and they dance. They are
Uh-huh.
dancing.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, that's a very modern and updated version of pilgrimage, because it's used to be more respectful and peaceful sometime or some years ago. They're not gonna make it like a wedding style. Probably
Yes.
the next year or the year after, they bring Al Atwani to photo shoot.
Yes.
They to photo shoot their their pilgrimage.
Yes.
well
Yes.
well let's
Uh,
let's keep it on this level, because I don't want him to hear me.
yes.
um,
Uh,
tell me about your activities during the 3 days of Eid, because I like to hear more about what you personally do during the 3 days of Eid, from the morning to the end of the day at night.
yes. Uh, Actually, I stay in home, and I make
Mm-hmm.
household chores,
Uh-huh.
um,
Okay.
and I am welcoming the guests.
Okay.
Um,
You're welcoming the guests to your
yes,
okay, you're welcoming the
uh,
guests to your house.
yes, to my house, and my father's friend
Mm-hmm.
came, and in the second of days of Eid, and uh, they made for them the breakfast kitchen
Mm-hmm.
with the rice.
Chicken,
And
chicken. You mean chicken with
chicken,
rice? Mm-hmm.
yes, chicken
Okay.
with rice. The third days of Eid, um, we are welcoming my aunt and my uncle, and they made for them uh, lunch.
Mm.
Um,
So do you
we
feel under pressure
eat. Yes.
because of the 3 consecutive days of activities that you have to stay in the kitchen and try to prepare meals and do the house chores and this sort of activities? Do
No.
you feel under pressure, or you feel excited?
Um, uh, the normal feeling.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, yes.
Is it necessary to sacrifice animals during Eid al-Adha?
Um, no.
I mean, for the pilgrims.
Yes. I think only the people they have pilgrims,
Uh-huh.
and when the people have a deaf person.
A dead person.
Yes, a deaf person. They had to sacrifice sheep to the deaf person.
To the
Seven
dead, not deaf.
dead. Yes,
Dead person.
to the dead person for 7 years.
Okay.
Each year's sacrifice for him.
Did you go to Mecca before?
No.
How do you know all of this information about Eid al-Adha?
عيد الأضحى قضيتنا.
Okay.
Yes.
That explains a lot of things. Okay. Now,
Yes.
the next question that I have for you, what sort of animals can be slaughtered as sacrifice, and what qualities do these animals have to have?
Okay.
بالمناسبة
Most.
ram هذه, this is a word that is usually associated, it's an animal, it's a kind of animal, it's called ram. Do you know this this word?
Yes.
What does it mean? It's a kind of animal, it's called ram, just like the cars, the ram.
Which country
It's
this word?
it's not related to any country. I'm sending you a photo of this ram here.
Yes.
If you can have a look at it in the Skype chat box.
Yes.
Do you see it?
Lord.
It's the male sheep.
Yes,
it's the male sheep.
Yes. It is strong.
Is it this one or something else that is sacrificed during Eid al-Adha or not?
It is a goat.
A goat.
Yes.
A goat يعني مو خروف. A goat.
No.
Goat ماعز.
Yes. It is like a goat.
Okay.
True?
I'm not a mufti actually here, but I would say probably no. However, let's avoid this kind of questions because neither me nor you are specialists in this kind of details. But I was throwing this question to let you delve and go deeper in providing more details about the narration that you're giving me right now. Is there a specific time to perform the sacrifice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of people, as I
No.
say, people that have a dead person, they should sacrifice sheep or goat or cow or camel.
Camel?
Yes.
They sacrifice camels?
Yes.
I haven't seen anybody sacrificing a camel. But
camel.
that's probably within the category of sacrificed animals.
Yes.
Now, what do they do with the sacrificed animals? Do they like cook it in the family or spread it out to other families? Like, what do they usually do with the kind of meat that comes out of the sacrificed animal?
Uh,
Is my question clear?
No.
My question
not
is,
here.
what do they do with the meat that comes out of the
Yes,
sacrificed animal? Do they eat it? Do they spread it out? Do they like
yes,
cook it?
yes.
Do they make it
I
a barbecue
got
party
it.
and invite Atwani to come and photo shoot them? And you know, what do they do with it?
Yes. Uh, uh, they uh, they sending a part of meat to poor people as a donation, and some of people uh, sending a part to their neighbors, and some people invited their guests in their home, and
In your family,
yes,
do you exchange presents? This is my final question about this occasion,
yes,
because we have to
okay,
shift to another activity. This is not our main cup of discussion right now, but do you exchange any kind of presents during this time or this occasion?
yes. Uh, when we sacrifice sheep, we
Mm-hmm.
we are sending to our neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
sending part,
Mm-hmm.
especially in Arba'in pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we sacrificed three cow and
3 cows.
yes, three cows, and we sending part of poor people in the poor cities, المناطق
I
cities.
Yes,
Uh,
I know what you mean.
yeah,
Okay, what
yes,
wonderful. Okay, so to conclude this activity, I just jotted down. It means I took few comments on what you said. The word is actually and I will go one by one. Okay,
yes,
I have some comments
okay,
on what you said, and these comments are relevant to your language. They are not relevant to pilgrimage. The word is busy, not busy, or whatsoever kind of pronunciation that can be pronounced. It's busy. So the pronunciation is clear, busy.
yes,
And there is a difference between pilgrimage and pilgrims. Pilgrims are
yes,
people who are going to Mecca. Pilgrimage
yes.
is the activity, is the
I
whole,
celebrate.
the celebration. The
Yes,
next word is
festive
annual. Annual. The word is
annual. Yes,
annual. Okay. So the
yes,
word is annual, not annual. It's annual.
yes, yes,
We have spending, not spending. Spending.
yes,
The word is spending,
yes,
and we agreed that there is no G in ing. In our pronunciation, we avoid using the G in ing when we are pronouncing words because
yes.
it makes us stop. Um,
Okay.
it makes us stop, and when we are speaking, we do not stop until we reach the period, نقطة, or the question mark.
Yes.
In order to make it clearer to you, I want you to hear the pronunciation of this sentence.
Okay.
I, I am spending money. I am spending
Yes.
money.
Now, do you hear him? He doesn't
Yes.
say spending. He say, I'm
Yes.
spending, I'm
Spending.
spending, I'm spending money.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
I'm spending money.
Okay.
Just one more time.
I am spending
Yes.
money. I am spending money. I am spending money. I am spending money.
So you should be careful. No word that ends in ing should be given
Yeah.
the chance to say G. Don't say G in ing. Just say like as if someone hits you on your chest. Mm. So it's but not ing.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Okay.
Okay.
Let's jump to our discussion, and before we jump into our discussion here, I'm sorry, I just forgot something here. Guests,
Okay.
guests, guests,
Yes.
guests. هذا T,
Yes.
this T is usually receives the minority of pronunciation this word, so we do not say guests, it's guests.
Okay.
One word, guests,
Yes.
guests, guests,
Guests.
guests. Yeah, and you don't have to stress it out. You can just say it naturally, organically, without any over emphasis here.
Guests. 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 Guests.
Did it stick in your mind?
Yes.
Okay, clear. The word, the other, and the final comment here is the word sacrifice. Sacrifice, not sacrifice. It's sacrifice, and the word is especially, not specially. In English, we do not have especially. We do not have a word that is especially. Here we have especially, especially with E at the beginning. So we do not have especially. I'm sorry, we do not have specially here. We have a special guest. We have a special guest, but we say special. We have specially for certain purposes. We call it what we use specifically, بصورة محددة, but we do not say specially here. We say especially. So the word especially. Okay, lovely, 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 lovely. Okay, let's go to the document that I sent you. Can you just open the document, the PDF document that I sent you?
Yes, it is loading.
Okay, if it is loading, I want to add a comment here. The essay that you sent me should be revised. I will send you another comment list that you have to work on, because I'm not happy with the essay you sent me. You should work a little bit harder to follow the comments that I gave you, because there are a few things that you should work on, and I will send you an example essay to follow.
Okay.
So the example essay or the sample essay, I'll try to send you a one from Harvard, and it's going to be well, let me just check this one. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think this one works fine. I'm sending you 50 essays. You can have a look at any one of them. And what you need to do is simply follow the style of any one of the essays there. Because if we do not imitate the style, we are not gonna get to the point that I want you to get to. There is a certain style of writing, and this is the link. Give me 1 second. It's going to your inbox. I sent. This is not for now. You can have a look at it later. These are 50 essays, 50 مقالة, that were written by students who got accepted in Harvard University because of this essay. So because of these essays. So what you need to do is have a look at the design of any one of these 50 and try to choose one and follow the style. Do not copy the words, but I want you to understand how they develop the introduction of the essay, the body of the essay, the conclusion of the essay. And usually we go with 4 paragraphs. The beginning or the intro is 1 paragraph. The body is 3 paragraphs, and the conclusion is 1 paragraph. So
yes,
this is the standard.
You mean just I study and I learn how to they write?
Yes, just follow their style. See how they write. They usually say in the beginning, then later on, after that, and the end and conclusion to sum up. There are a few things that they follow. You just need to learn. And, we cannot write well if we do not read well. So I'm sending you this 50 list of essays to help you conceptualize يعني إعادة فهم هذه this writing assignment. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, since
it
we
is
have
loading.
Don't
It's still loading.
the document.
Yes.
Okay, you don't have just
no this the link.
The link is not for now, Aya. The link is for later. But for the documents,
I open it. Yes.
Now,
I open it.
let me explain something, and I want you to listen carefully to it. Every now and then, when we have long time without a conversation, we lose the fuel or the fire to speak. So I'm starting again from the beginning to open discussion with you about few general topics in our life. The first topic is I want you to name is to give details of 2 personality adjectives starting with P. اعطيني صفتين تبدي بكلمة بصوت أو بحرف P.
Okay. Personal.
Personal is an adjective. Okay.
Personal. I didn't remember them.
You mean you don't remember them?
Yes.
I should give you a chance to think.
Yes. Practical.
I love these 2 words. Okay, so practical and personal. Why did you choose these 2 adjectives? Are you practical and personal person?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean when you say practical about you or about any person?
Yes, I am practical.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means the person is a practical person in aspect of procedure of her life in her work and in her study and her daily life in any way in the all aspects.
Okay, I see your point.
Okay.
Let's move to the next question here. What are you doing this evening when we finish the meeting?
Yes. Uh, I will have. I will take a shower and I will go to bed.
Okay. Now, what what time do you usually get up at weekends, and what do you normally do when you get up at weekends? Remember, we're talking about some daily routine activities or weekly routine activities that happen by the end of the week. So we have one rule for this situation. I want you to speak with details. Short answers
Okay.
are not acceptable. This is a reminder.
Um,
Short answers are not acceptable.
okay. Um, I I wake up in the weekend on the weekend at 12 o'clock. Usually on the weekend, uh, uh, I I go to bed early
Mm-hmm.
and and uh, 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 on the Saturday and Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And I took
Mm-hmm.
and I had breakfast and go to the gym. And when I have enough time, I have breakfast. And I am serving my Facebook feed.
You're
So
serving or you're surfing?
surfing,
Okay,
surfing.
surfing. So we have a problem with fe and ve here. Fe and ve.
Yes.
It's actually
Okay.
surfing, because if you say I'm serving my Facebook, it means you're working as a service representative for whatsoever kind of agent you're working with. In this
Okay.
case, the meaning will shift. The meaning is going to change.
Okay.
Tell me about three hobbies that people do outside and you prefer to do. Well, first of all, tell me about three hobbies that you have, and tell me about what these hobbies are, and when and where do you do them.
Okay. Um, the people outside uh, usually made aerobics and they exercise
Mm-hmm.
cardio and uh, they follow a healthy food
Healthy food or
and
healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm.
yes, healthy lifestyle, and they uh, they slept early.
Okay, so they sleep early. Now, tell me
Yes,
about the three hobbies that you have that you like to do most frequently.
yes. Uh, I like to exercise exercise every day,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to drink more water, and I love to sleep early.
Oh, you love to sleep early. Why do you prefer to
Yes.
sleep early, usually?
Um, uh, in order to wake up early,
Mm-hmm.
and I and make household chores, and I go out and I exercise my aerobics,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, that's it.
Okay, well, sounds like an interesting activities that you're doing. The next activity or the next question that I have for you is, do you expect to become rich in the future? This is a very general question, but the point of this question is to help you find an answer to very random and unusual question styles that we
Yes.
might see in our life or come across in our life. So, do you expect to be rich in the future? Why yes? Why no?
Um, yes. Mm, I would like to say
Mm-hmm.
I would be rich, but that is in uh, 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 I wish
Mm-hmm.
I would
B.
be rich, but I don't know that.
So not
That's big,
nothing for
big.
sure.
Yes. يعني هذا بيد رب العالمين ما أعرف.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
you mean that is not your decision. That is the decision of God.
Yes.
Okay. Now that sounds satisfactory answer. Let's shift to the next question. But now when I ask you this question, Aya, I just want you to give me more details, because when I'm asking this question, I'm just giving you the opportunity to
Yes.
uh, feel free to express yourself, add more details as much as possible, add layers of details whenever you can, because that will give you the fuel to carry on with your language and become a better speaker. Now,
Okay.
one positive thing that I noticed, that you're not afraid of talking in front of me, which is really positive um, signal. You're not afraid to talk in front of hundreds of people. Um,
Yes.
you're not afraid to talk in publicly, which is really good.
Yes.
We have had a lot of effort, to make you feel more confident, feel more expressive, feel more fluent when you're speaking English. Let's carry
Yeah.
on with the list of questions, because I have so many left.
Yeah.
Um, who's living with you right now in your house? By the way, is Hossam in Baghdad?
No.
Okay,
Hassan is in the car.
okay, he's in the car. Probably
Yes.
he's listening or smoking hookah. Does he smoke hookah?
Um, I didn't understand this word.
يدخن نرجيلة?
No.
Does he smoke hookah? No. Okay.
He is
It's
Again.
11 o'clock.
smoking more.
Oh, he's smoking more, or he doesn't smoke at all?
No, he is smoking more, but now he is starting
Mhm.
to avoid smoking.
Oh.
He bought vape instead of cigarettes.
Okay, so he started to use vaping instead of smoking.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to describe the person. I want you to describe Hussam as a person. How do you describe him? Use 3 adjectives to describe him, and tell me why you chose these 3 adjectives. Just to learn a few adjectives about describing people.
Yes. Hussam or anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hussam.
Yes. Hussam is
A smoker.
so faithful,
Mhm.
and presentable,
Mhm.
and
I saw him with a girl yesterday in the mall.
yeah.
What would you do
And
if I tell you I saw him in a mall yesterday with another girl?
no.
You're not gonna believe
Uh,
me?
yes, he
Okay.
he didn't make
A lot of
يعني شو
relations.
yes.
Okay. Now,
Uh,
what's the next adjective that you like to use to describe this person?
and compassionate.
I love that word. Tell me more about it.
Yes, and enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. Now, you mentioned the word compassionate. I want you to tell me a little bit more about this word. What do you mean when you say he is compassionate?
Compassionate, like passion,
Hmm.
passion, passionate,
I mean, tell me
yes.
about a situation that you felt he's really compassionate with you.
Soulful, like soulful,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay. But you mentioned the word compassionate, and I wanted you to give me an example where you've seen Hassam as a compassionate person,
Yes.
or
Uh,
he acted compassionately.
yes. When I was sick, uh, he is uh,
He was,
uh, he was uh, he was asking for me uh, every hour.
you mean he was asking about you?
Yes,
Okay.
about me.
Hmm.
Yes.
Now, the next question, name two personality adjectives that you don't like in people, and tell me in details why you don't like them.
Okay. Uh, I don't like liar people, and I don't like the noisy people, uh, and I don't like unfaithful people.
Unfaithful. Now, have you been in a situation where you have been lied to? Somebody lied.
Yes.
Somebody lied
Uh,
to you.
yes.
Tell me a little bit
No.
about it. No? Okay.
Like yes.
Why don't you like noisy people? I prefer if you give me more details about the reasons for that.
And noisy. I mean, in his life,
Hmm.
in his home, in everything.
Hmm. Now,
Yes.
the next question is, some people ask, do you fancy? So it means do you like? So fancy means to like. So the question is, what do you fancy eating for dinner?
Um, uh, I sometimes eat dinner
What do
when I
you
had
what do you like to eat for dinner? The question is.
yes. I like eat eat fruits, and I like eat ice cream, and
Mhm. Do you believe
uh,
in keto diet?
no,
Okay. Um, no. How old are you?
thirst,
I want you to name three things that you hope to do before you are 35 years old.
um,
and choose them carefully and tell me why you want to do them. 3 things.
Uh, uh, the question, it is not clear.
Okay, the question is not clear. Now, I had a discussion this morning about the question, it is not clear. We don't usually say
Yes.
in English it if we say the question, because 2 subjects cannot mix
Okay.
unless they are gay. So the question is not clear. We do not need to say literally the question, it is not clear. We can say that in Iraqi Arabic. السؤال هو مو واضح فهو نستعمل عنها it. فاكو بقايا من الفلترة مالت القاموس العربي اللي يحول الانجليزي عندك. المهم هذا مو مشكلة يعني. This is not you, this is our Arabic language, so we blame the language, we don't blame the people. The question is, tell me.
Yes,
when,
I got it.
okay,
Yes, I got
when we say name, that means give me a name. هنا name فعل أمر. سمي أو عين أو حدد 3 things you hope to do before you are 35 years old. Now I'm saying 35 because in the chart it says 30 and you told me you're 30. So it doesn't make any sense if I tell you that you're hoping to do when you're 30, because you're already 30. So it is it is already too late. So we have to replace it to 35 with 35.
Okay. Yes, and I would like to go out.
Go
for
abroad.
the
Abroad.
And, yes, go abroad, and I
Mm-hmm.
English before the age, and I would like to take a master degree.